Hey guys, Isaac Wilkins here, owner of Relentless Strength Training and BeyondTheBarbell.com. And today I'm going to talk about kind of one of our key methods of training here. Some of my clients don't know it. I might not use the term as often as I probably should. But what we do a lot here to develop conditioning and allow more training volume while not necessarily beating the clients to death is we do a lot of tempo training here, which is a term that I got from the late Charlie Francis, who is an absolute boss in the world of track and field. If you want to know how to get super fast, strong, all that, you need to check out some Charlie Francis stuff. Anyway, so he was mostly relating it to running, to sprinting, because that's what his field was. But it can be used for anything. Basically, tempo training is sub-maximal, it is at an even pace, and it is to perfect technique. So runners, for example, would do, say, sprinters, for example, might do 100-meter sprints, but it's only at 75%. They might do like 800s at 75%, for sake of argument, with full recovery in between, or 80-90% recovery in between. And what that's going to do is that's going to develop their conditioning base, but also keep the intensity down so they're not burning themselves out. And they should, in theory, be able to run their last 100 at the same speed that they ran their first one, or extremely close to it. If they start noticing a degradation of power, then they're going too hard for it to be considered tempo training. But this lets them get more work in, lets them develop the base of that conditioning, and lets them also work on perfect technique, because at 75%, your technique should be perfect. So we can do the same thing in the weight room, and that's what we do with repetition method stuff. And also, the way we set up like our strength supersets, our strength circuits, stuff like that in here, some of the stuff, our complexes, some of the stuff that you've seen me post in other videos, is we allow the athlete to move from exercise to exercise at a relatively smooth pace and a relatively controlled pace. In other words, they're not sprinting from movement to movement. If that happens, their strength is going to go down dramatically. Instead, I want a set, and then they move at their pace to the next exercise. It keeps them going, and again, develops conditioning, but they're not becoming exhausted from just the activity, so that we can't have quality work on the strength sets. Let's just get the best of both worlds in there. So, sometimes, of course, we try to work much harder, sometimes we work much easier depending on the situation. But that's how we implement tempo training with the weight stuff here at Relentless. If you want to know more stuff about that, I've got a bunch of other things I'm going to send to you guys. What I need to do is I need you to hit subscribe, and I need you to click the link down below, and we'll get into more tempo training stuff in the future.